Good evening, kings, queens, and everything betweens. It's been a minute. I don't think I've had a solo stream. Whoa, I'm really big. Let me fix that. I don't need to be that big. Only did that to exert dominance over Chris last time. Apologies. Let me just shrink myself here. Okay. Do not need to be bigger than there we go. Cool. So, John Delaney, the biggest goober on earth, Ionic DJ, 11 months, and NP Clem, 11 months, birthday twins. How about that? Anyone else? Nope. Just a bunch of me emojis. Cool. What was I saying? Bear, 14 months. John Delaney, maybe the funniest thing that's ever happened in politics, in my opinion. No one likes this guy, and it's especially funny because his whole platform is that everyone will like him. Eshtal, 7 months, 1 month streak. Welcome back. His whole platform is everyone will like me. That's the funny thing about centrists is they operate under the assumption that they're pleasing everyone when in reality everyone fucking hates them, and John Delaney is trying to be king of those dipshits right now. And it is so fucking funny. He released a DVD in December of 2019. He released a DVD called Real Solutions, which is a 30-minute infomercial on himself. A fucking DVD! All right, let's address some other things before we jump into this video. There's been a lot of news recently that we got to catch up on. I haven't weighed in on many things. First of all, Van Halen. If you are mad at any young person because of the music they listen to, you're annoying. And two, Van Halen fucking rocks. Are you kidding me? Running with the Devil comes on at a party, you're not going to throw up devil horns? Are you fucking kidding me? Bunch of squares. CPG squared. 15 months. If you hear the eruption, so if you hear eruption and your fucking face is not melted at the end, 9 out of 10 Van Halen songs are awful, but they have some pretty solid cuts. And I will defend them to the end. Panama, yeah. Who doesn't love Panama? It's great ruining someone's spring break by reminding them that the song Panama is not in reference to Panama City Beach, but in fact a car that the lead singer once had. It's a good way to ruin someone's spring break. Let's see, you got Jump. Yeah, I love Jump. I don't like Hot for Teacher. Eruption. Come on. Are you kidding me? Dude. Face Melter. Running with the Devil's dope. Dreams? Dude, come on. I'm not going to listen to them in my headphones, but if they come on at a bar or something, you best believe I'm going to bang my head. Hell yeah. No shame in it. I Can't Draw 55 is a Sammy Hagar song. Intravenous Organics, 13 months, says, Rob, last week you were talking about a movie, and I was like, sounds like Joe Schmo's show movie, but I forgot the name of the movie you were talking about. That movie is Windy City Heat. Windy City Heat, the funniest film ever made. Excuse me. But yeah. Also, I think if you come of age in an era where every song ever written is readily available at your fingertips, it's kind of fucking weird if you listen to Van Halen, honestly. Listening to pop music made sense when we all drank from the same fountain of music and had to listen to the radio and go home and watch TRL and be told what to listen to. Now you can listen to whatever the fuck you want. It is really weird to me that popular music still exists in any capacity when there is so much goddamn music and you can listen to any of it. And it's fucking weird to me. But as like staples of cultural history, shit like I love Van Halen, and I'm an AC/DC apologist in some regards. I think they got a few bangers. I won't apologize for having fun. No. Plus, I'm a hip hop. That's what I know. You know. I'm not. I don't know that much about. I have pretty 2007 college freshman taste in rock music. I mean, Talking Heads is my favorite band of all time. And what else? No, I still listen to fucking whatever I was listening to, whatever I was putting on mixtapes for girls in college. That's probably still the stuff I'd rattle off. Spoon, Pulp, whatever. I have pretty limited knowledge in other music, but you want to talk rap music, hit me up. By the way, Rude Beast, wherever you're at, we got some talking to do about that new Merce Grouch video. Where's my water? Shit, I need to get some water. Jacket. A bit cold. I'm actually in the market for new music recs outside of hip hop. It's like all I fucking listen to, and every now and then I'll listen to some other stuff. But let's see. We're like, I think that Kavinsky dude is fucking dope from the Drive song, and Grammatic. I like that guy. Shit like that. If anyone's got good music, don't be afraid to send it my way. Also, as I said, Talking Heads is my favorite band. If you know more Talking Heads shit. 10cc, they're fucking good. I gotta stop swearing so much. I was thinking about that heavily yesterday. I like DJ Shadow. If everyone wants to collaborate on a cool Spotify playlist for me, that'd be awesome. I'll listen to it. Let's see. See, metal, like, I can't get into, like fast, thrashing, like, screaming metal. I can never, I went to, Keith Buckley invited me to an Every Time I Die concert, and I was scared. Man, is anyone in here like is anyone in here mosh at concerts? Because holy shit. Yeah. Puff, is that? Oh, I'm gonna. This is tobacco. I was like right in the middle of the show, and Keith's like, "Bob!" And right away, there's windmill kicks in my face, and someone throws their girlfriend like a beach ball. It's insanity. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is. I'm into that shit. Also, ideologically, um, like dead Kennedys and minor threat and punk shit. I like. Uh, Not so much the sound, but what it is. You know. Who else? Bad Brains and who's the big one? Who's the big one? Black Flag. That's it. I haven't listened to much Black Flag, but I can see myself purchasing a Black Flag shirt at some point in my 30s. Why the hell not? So yeah, that concludes Music Corner with Rob. Um, what else is in the news? Yes, Rude Beast. I did. Very cool. Can't wait to hear the rest of the album. Panopticon. Fuck yeah. Okay, well, that sounds. That sounds okay. Let's. Panopticon. I like the sound of that. Black metal? Okay, I'll give that a listen. Um, yes, Joe Biden needs. Everyone around Joe Biden should have to stand trial for elder abuse when this is all over. They are pushing out an old man with dementia who has conned the world into thinking he's fine because his teeth are shiny. Um, yeah, this is very sad. He needs to drop out. I believe, I believe at least half of his base is the people who don't fucking pay attention to politics and are just gonna go into the booth and vote for whatever Democrat is gonna not fucking help them out this time. Uh, I'm fairly certain that's what my mom was gonna do until I told her like, hey, what was the point of all that Jesus shit for 18 years if we're not gonna vote in like the stuff that Jesus wanted? I think that's what you gotta reach people on. Is position yourself as a better Christian than them. That's what I'm going to do. I can do that because I was raised that way. And I was taught in church that I'm supposed to fucking witness when I see things not the way they should be or whatever. And yeah, why? How are you going to tell me that fucking bread story twice a month, my entire childhood, and then complain about socialist bread lines? What? I don't know. Propaganda. I've been meaning to listen to them. Cool. Interesting. I haven't made this explicitly clear, but if you support Pete Buttigieg, we can never kick it. We are not cool. You need to stop this at once. This is no time to rally behind your favorite character right now. Okay? He's not going to win. I know he's not going to win because I'm not going to fucking vote for him if he's the candidate. At that point, it becomes clear that voting is not going to cut it with whatever needs to be done to get shit fixed. And if I'm not going to vote for him, rest assured, no, there's enough people who are not going to vote at all at that point. Because I'll do it. You can guilt me into voting blue in most cases. You gotta cut the shit. Cut the shit. Oh my god. Just when sorry. I'm not gonna get riled up. Vote for Bernie. Let's watch this. Real Solutions, John Delaney, or we can vote for this guy. Let's see what he has to say.
I'm John Delaney, and I approve this message.
Don't smoke.
For all too long, but now more than ever, we see the right and left pitted against each other. We need to stop the noise of toxic divisive.
Delaney puts the goal of unifying Americans at the top of his agenda. Says Kathy Obradovich, the Des Moines Register. Wow. That's a big one. You got the Des Moines Register. Good job.
And as I've campaigned for president across America, this is a movement. This is why I'm running for president. Thank you, Iowa. God bless you. I've met a nation of people not separated by their differences, but connected by their...
I get it. This is at the people of Iowa, because for some reason, every 4 years, we all look at Iowa and say, who do you think? Who do you think? And then when the time comes, we all look at Ohio and go, well, what is it? Fucking stupid.
Humanity by their shared experiences and interests.
I've spent some time in Ohio. You know how the people drove there? You would not want, no.
By their love of their...
And Florida? Oh my God, we're letting the people in Orlando have, oh God.
Their family, their friends, their communities, and their country. When people talk to me and my wife, April, their concerns are not with each other, but with the...
George Will. If you know who George Will is, congrats. You're old, like me, and only know him from a Seinfeld reference.
Challenges of raising children in an exploding technology age with crushing education costs. They fear healthcare rates and prescription drug prices, putting their lives at risk. They worry about jobs becoming obsolete, income inequality, and a living wage. They're concerned about their human rights being challenged.
Okay, just go back a bit. The name of that woman's store was Oh My God Cake. Okay, let's just...
Challenged based on race and gender. They want immigration dealt with compassion and safety. They want trust, not greed, from our financial institutions. They want our international relations restored with respect. and our planet's climate change dealt.
Well, he's got Joe Biden there. Don't smoke.
With urgency. And yes, they want honesty in our government and a new president that will return dignity to the White House.
I've said this before, but this has 62 likes, 46 dislikes. Such a fucking loser. Oh, it's so funny. I hope he spends all of his money. I hope he spends all of his millions. Wow. This guy sucks so fucking bad.
As I've campaigned for president across America, I've found that what people really want is real solutions, not impossible promises to our country's challenges.
Man, there's just nothing sadder than... Now, if you're not just all in on this free healthcare, cutting the prison population in half, abolishing all student loan debt, if you're not just all in on that shit, you do not exude confidence. You lack confidence. Eye contact is one thing. Believing we're capable of giving every American citizen health care, that's hot. And you just... Ugh.
You want the truth, and that is exactly what I'll give you in this program. You'll get to know more about me, my family background, and my leadership in both private business and serving America in Congress. My record as a unifier and my vision for the future. I will go through the issues facing our country and give you my solutions in detail.
Here we go. Partisanship. The last thing we need right now, in all honesty. The war on... what was I saying? Extreme. That's right. What does extreme centrism look like? Does anyone know? You got anarchists over here. You got the Nazis over here. What does the fucking middle look like in its most extreme form, if anyone knows? Stapler thief, 2 months. Welcome back. It's fucking crazy how people still think this is a Republican. The center has moved significantly since 2016. I don't know if you've noticed, but back then, Democrats mainstream stood for fucking nothing and almost got to the White House on a platform of nothing. What were we running on in 2016? I have no idea. To this fucking day, I could not tell you what landfill. 23 months, coming up on 2 years. Good luck. Don't get hit by a car or anything. Yeah, man. Not too long ago, I was at a rally, and me and this guy, oh man, we just had the time of our lives laughing, trying to figure out who Tim Kaine was. I could not tell you. I could not pick him out of a lineup. This has more views than Chris's last Not Even show. Excellent. Oh, this has less views. What did I say? Holy shit! Is anyone aware of a movie called The Last Supper? I believe it came out in 1996. I watched it over my Thanksgiving break. Okay. Jacob.x, 16 months. Okay. In 1996, Cameron Diaz starred in a movie with Ron Perlman, Jason Alexander, Bill Paxton, a couple of big names. Here's what the movie is. It is about a group of really liberal friends who, one night, Bill Paxton is like a a truck driver or something, and they like invite him in to have dinner with them, and it turns out that he's like a piece of shit, Nazi, racist. So they kill him. And then they decide to start inviting conservatives over for dinner and poisoning them. I can't believe this movie exists. It's exactly what I just said. Just one after the other, they invite like this lady who like wants to kill abortion doctors, and this priest who hates gay people. It's fucking crazy. It's all right. It's not bad, but I can't believe it exists. And if conservatives knew it existed, their heads would explode. And I don't know whether to tell. It's called The Last Supper. Let's watch the trailer. I cannot believe this movie exists. Fucking wild. I shit you not, this is a movie.
A storm is brewing, my friends. Someone has to stop it.
Every Sunday for about a year now, we've been inviting a guest over for dinner and discussion.
Zach, this is Mark. Oh, hey. Mark, this is Zach.
We're a bunch of damn liberals.
What are you, a Nazi?
Or is that too far to the left? Hitler had the right idea.
Excuse me?
Let this pass. We can go on with the rest of our lives.
This is terrible!
What if you kill somebody whose death makes the world a better place? Blue bottle is bad.
Yeah, the conversations they have like are ones that I could just as easily have heard last week.
It's a terrible disease, and AIDS is the cure.
When a woman cries rape, it's usually because she's already consented to sex.
Really?
Yeah, really.
I've never met anyone who's anti-Earth.
We're not even giving people a decent meal anymore.
The fag basher had Chinese.
Oh, sorry about that.
Have you seen any of these men?
Ready for my wine? All right.
Brother, have you lost your mind serving me this filthy swine?
How about toast? I think we're in the clear. And would you take off those glasses and that homeboy hat? It's a secret.
Not the best trailer.
Fellas
yeah.
wouldn't know a guy could get a decent meal around here, would you?
Yes.
Ron Perlman plays like the big TV conservative.
What I'll give you in this program.
He's like the Rush Limbaugh or Tucker Carlson of that universe. And yeah, I can't believe it's real, that movie. It came out in 96. And everyone in it talks as if it's 2019. It's insane. Nothing has changed at all. And it's infuriating. I don't think I've got I don't know. It's very cool to me that all my favorite movies this year, Knives Out, Parasite, Ready or Not, all about rich people getting owned. Very cool. Okay. Yeah, that movie blew my mind. I can't believe it's real. Anyways, here.
You'll get to know more about me, my family background, and my leadership in both private business and serving America in Congress. My record as a unifier and my vision for the future. I will go through the issues facing our country and give you my solutions in detail.
Oh, did I go back? Oh, I must have.
After a blue-collar upbringing and a successful business career, I served proudly in the United States Congress.
Delaney has positioned himself as a unifier, pledging that... Dude, you couldn't get... Oh, you couldn't get... Look at the likes on your video. You're not unifying shit.
I chose not to seek a fourth term and instead decided to run for president, partly because of this issue. Extreme partisanship. Over decades, the Congress's Republican and Democratic parties' ideologies have drifted so far apart that our government
What do these numbers mean? What the fuck do these numbers mean? What am I looking at? Also, I don't think this is accurate. If anything, the blue should be going way lefter, considering free healthcare was an insane idea 3 years ago. And Republicans have always been fucking Nazis, so this graph is just wrong in addition to not having labels. That makes sense.
No longer works, and it has divided our country.
Okay, I actually want to take this in for a second, this graph. Okay, what happened here? Ideological drift. Okay, so in 2015, Republicans went right a little further, and I want to say, because that's the summer we got gay marriage. 2015. Good on us.
Country. How can 50% of the people be wrong 100% of the time? It's ridiculous. A partisan far left or far right president is built for failure. During my term, I was voted the third most bipartisan member of Congress. In business, I worked with thousands of diverse people and companies. Well, I've spent my whole life unifying people. Let me give you a little background about me, and then let's start with the economy. I'm the grandson of an immigrant working construction in New Jersey, the son of a union electrician and military vet. I became an entrepreneur and was the youngest CEO to ever launch a company on the New York Stock Exchange, which I did twice. April and I are blessed with 4 daughters that remind us every day how urgent changes are needed for our country to ensure all of our children's futures. And that starts with economic opportunity.
If any of you are voting for this guy, leave. Please leave. I don't want you as a fan of this stream. You're wasting everyone's time. There's no way that any of you are, considering he has 30 fans total. Does he have $1 billion or is he a multimillionaire? $150 million? Too much. Way too much money.
The core of our country's wealth gap is the inequality of opportunity. Last year, 80%
I want to hear this. I want to hear this, you stupid man. Let's see. What's caused the wealth inequality
The core
gap?
of our country's wealth gap is the inequality of opportunity. Last year, 80% of the managed venture capital in the United States went to just 4 areas: San Francisco, New York, Boston, and Los Angeles. That's just 50 counties out of over 3,000 in America. Does that sound fair? We need focused investment.
That's where the people are, right? Am I not crazy, or did he just name where all the people are? I don't know. I don't understand what's going on.
Investing in these distressed areas.
Maybe that's what he's
As
trying
president,
to do. He's trying to disorient me, so I'm vulnerable, and then he'll show me a video of I don't know, Antifa beheading a cow or something. I'm like, oh shit, I need to move to the center. That's how he gets you. I do not believe Antifa beheads cows.
I will expand opportunity zones and provide tax incentives to invest in places left behind. I'll create a new workers' tax credit by doubling the existing earned income tax credit. I'll invest in their infrastructure and support entrepreneurs. We need their innovations, ideas, and perseverance to create new businesses and new jobs to replace those made obsolete by technology and automation.
I disagree. I think we need to let the robots just do their fucking thing, and the rest of us kick back and split your money, you rich piece of shit. We've worked hard enough.
This is something I've been doing all my life. One of my businesses was essentially a shark tank that helped fund thousands of small to medium-sized businesses for entrepreneurs and people all across America. Of all 435 House representatives, I was the only CEO of a publicly traded company in Congress. That should be very relevant to every voter.
We worked with John back in 2004. The strategy was to grow ASG. It was a challenge for the larger banks to finance a company like ours. John's firm was one of the few that stepped up and gave us the credit facility that made sense to us. We went from 150 employees back in 2003 to over 1,000 employees today, and John Delaney helped fuel that growth.
Now let's talk about your wallet.
Unless that was it, the fact that some places just don't have the job opportunities. People don't. That's it? That's okay.
I will raise the federal minimum wage to $15 per hour over time, including for tipped employees, and then index it to inflation.
What do we get? What's the overtime thing? What's overtime? Overtime? Just do it. Is there not a switch? Can you not go into like a spreadsheet where it says 825 or whatever and change it to 15? See, the $15. See, the minimum wage. I've always had mixed feelings on, because like it's more expensive to live in some places than others. I think minimum wage should be fucking $50 an hour. Make no mistake. But I've just always been curious how that works. Like, should it be weighted by cost of living? I don't know. This is why I think we should do away with shit like that. I feel like we don't have to work as hard as we used to. The rat race has been solved. It's insane to me we invented the internet and went, hey, is everyone still cool with 40 hours a week? We just made everything impossibly easier, and we're still gonna crank away 40 hours a week of our lives. I think I don't know the number, but economists or some whoever's in charge of studying jobs, they like estimated that most jobs we don't need. Like Wall Street, first and foremost, those are all fake jobs that are like they stay in place because I don't know. They don't need to exist though. And I agree. I have fucking lower back problems from how hard I worked, and I don't want anyone to have to work like that. And if they do, they should be compensated a lot. I'm so pissed. I saw that Walmart is still doing their bullshit where every Christmas, instead of giving the employees a bonus, they extend the 10% employee discount to work on groceries. Your employee discount doesn't work on the groceries in the Walmart. Just the stuff. But for the holidays, you get 10% off groceries until January 1st. And also your employee discount goes up to 15%. So your reward is that you get to shop at Walmart, which is already the case for most of the people I worked with, because when you have a bunch of people coming in for night shift and you force them to take a 1 hour unpaid lunch break, where do you think they're going to buy their food? You think anyone working graveyard shift at Walmart has the fucking energy to get up and pack their own lunch most days? No. They make it so where you have to rely on Walmart. It's companies do this bullshit all the time. Amazon. Don't forget that Amazon would give us bonuses at the warehouse in the form of Amazon gift cards. Oh my God. We gotta make Bernie Sanders president.
We'll also create a new workers' tax credit by expanding and nearly doubling the existing Earned Income Tax Credit program. It would provide financial assistance to 14 million more households than the current program, an increase of almost 50%. Workers' tax credit would be paid for by raising capital gains tax rates on high-income earners to match what workers pay, repealing the Trump tax cuts for high-income earners, and creating a new robot tax on job-displacing capital.
Just give us your fucking money, dude. Give us the money. You're sitting on all this. You're a hoarder. If all that was newspapers, people would be concerned. But no, you're allowed to buy as many goddamn yachts as you want, and we're supposed to just sit back and act like, oh, he's worked for it. No, you fucking didn't. You did not earn whatever money you have. I don't care what I don't care how many jobs you created. Jobs. You mean those things that we all fucking hate? Good work.
Investments. No U.S. president has ever...
Okay, I want to slow this one down. 100% estate tax, 100% inheritance tax.
...had any healthcare background. None. Perhaps that's why there has never been a great U.S.
It's game over. It's game over. It's game over. This is it. We are in a very unique position in history to elect a once-in-a-lifetime candidate to tell these fucking pieces of shit. Okay.
U.S. healthcare system. I actually launched and ran a successful business focused on the healthcare industry. I helped fund small and medium-sized healthcare companies, especially in areas that needed it most. Let's try an experiment.
Wait. What did that have to do with... Wait, what did he say? This is healthcare, right?
Earners, and creating a new robot tax on job-displacing capital investments.
Give us your money.
No U.S. president has ever had any healthcare background. None. Perhaps that's why there has never been a great U.S. healthcare system. I actually launched and ran a successful business focused on the healthcare industry. I helped fund small and medium-sized healthcare companies, especially in areas that needed it most. Let's try an experiment. I'm going to explain two plans, and I want you to think about which sounds better.
Okay.
First, let's discuss Plan A. Do you like a plan that will give universal health care free to every American as a right?
Yeah.
Will allow the 150 million Americans to keep their own private insurance if they want to?
No.
Allow as many as 2 million people in the healthcare and insurance industries to keep their jobs and allow for higher quality healthcare.
No!
Okay, so Plan A sounds pretty good, right? Let's check out Plan B. Do you like a plan that will give universal health care free to every American as a right? Will make it a...
I don't understand this. What does free as a right mean? Is it fucking free or isn't it? What does that mean? Cut this framework pathway bullshit out. Give us health care.
Legal to have private insurance and force 150 million Americans to give up their private insurance, cut reimbursements to hospitals and other providers, and cause many of them to close. Cause millions of people in the healthcare insurance industries to lose their jobs and cause lower quality healthcare.
Oh, I see. Plan B. All right, once again, Plan B comes through.
So which plan do we like? Plan A seems to be common sense, right? Well, that's my plan. Better care.
Wow. Better care. better care? Okay, my neighbors are going to call.
It's similar to the models used in Germany and France. Plan B is Medicare for all and is promoted by politicians with no healthcare experience using fairy tale economics. Just like a fairy tale, it sounds magical, but it's never going to come true.
Here's what you got to do. Here's what we got to do. We got to position ourselves as the more patriotic bunch because I can't think of anything less patriotic than saying, oh, no, we can't. Why would we be able to achieve something that every other civilized country on this planet is able to do? No, we suck too much. People need to suffer and go bankrupt from dialysis treatment. That's us. That's America. How fucking unpatriotic is that?
My Better Care proposal guarantees free universal health care to all Americans. Everyone will be automatically enrolled, with pre-existing conditions covered. My plan keeps private insurance as an option.
Man, if I never hear the phrase pre-existing condition again, it will be too soon. Why is that
where individuals receive a tax credit for opting out of the government plan and keeps Medicare for those over 65. I will also intensify investment in research to cure cancer, Alzheimer's, and other diseases. Better Care would be fully paid for by closing the corporate healthcare tax loophole, applying the Affordable Care Act's tax subsidies, and instituting a cost-sharing requirement for higher-income individuals. America spends way more in healthcare costs than comparable countries.
No fucking shit, you idiot. So let's keep doing it. Let's keep doing it this way, huh? Are you... God, what is going on?
The worst disparity is prescription drug prices. I'll end our ban on negotiating drug...
You described what we have. Is this not what we have? Is that not what we're doing? Was the Affordable Care Act not this? Did that not suck?
Prices to allow the government to negotiate directly with pharmaceutical companies.
Oh my God.
John Delaney is a force of nature.
Unbelievable.
He can tackle things no one else can tackle, and he can make progress on issues that other people get daunted by. John just simply doesn't have an equal in his ability to tackle hard things and make progress. People listen to John and they say, I can sign up for that plan.
Okay, we've all listened to John. Is anyone saying that? Is anyone willing to say that? I'm not. Not what? Nope. Better Care. Get the fuck out of here. Drop out. No, never drop out. Keep running for president forever, please. This is hilarious. Spend all of your money on this stupid vanity project of yours, you Bill Dauterive looking dipshit.
Now let's talk about something that deals with the lives of everyone and our children: gun safety. It's not a Republican or Democratic issue.
And our children is a subset of everyone.
It's a human being issue. According to the CDC, guns were responsible for nearly 40,000 deaths in 2017, more than the annual number of automobile deaths. 97% of the American people agree that we need universal background checks on gun sales. It's not 3% of the population stopping universal background checks, it's politicians. I support requiring universal background checks for every gun sale.
Congress?
I co-sponsored the Assault Weapons Ban Act, and I will support legislation that bans all accessories designed to increase the rate of fire of a semi-automatic weapon. I support updating the Violence Against Women Act to extend the ban on convicted domestic abusers buying firearms to cover non-spouse partners. I believe it is possible to respect...
Is that not... Are they allowed to? Are we not already doing that?
respect the Second Amendment and still adopt meaningful reforms.
Fuck the Second
And we can do it.
God.
This is a magnificent country. We have literally every advantage any nation could possibly want to have in 2019. Except for one thing. We've got a broken government, and they don't do anything. I have new ideas. My plans are workable. I'll tell you how I pay for every one of them, and I'll tell you exactly how I'll get them done. Because that's what I think you deserve. And that's what we need from our next president.
Okay. He's got me
Right
on,
now, there are so many challenges facing our great nation that need to be addressed with urgency. At the top of the list is education. Education changed my life. My parents didn't go to college. My dad was a union electrician. His union gave me a scholarship to go to college at Columbia University.
Hey, man. What's your stance on unions? Just curious. What is Doug Stanhope here's stance on unions? I bet it can't be good.
Then I attended Georgetown Law School, where I met April. Without my education, perhaps I never would have started the companies that I did, or created thousands of jobs that impacted thousands of lives across America. And I probably would not be a candidate for president.
Like, for real. I say it all the time, but we gotta stop. Next president needs to say, hey, I'm going to eliminate so many jobs. Unemployment's going to shoot through the fucking roof. We're all going to play hacky sack and smoke a blunt because it's not the 20s and we don't have to work like this anymore.
We must rethink our model of education.
Everyone at the payday loan place, go home. You don't have to work anymore. Go home. This isn't a job. This isn't a real fucking job. We don't need you to go work there. You go home and be with your kids.
Which was designed to prepare students for a factory-oriented economy. As president, I will prioritize education. I will make pre-K through 14.
Oh, I didn't even say it earlier. He said something about tipping. Let's talk about tipping. We have got to do away with tipping. I want the next president to run on a platform pre-K to 14 of we're getting rid of tipping because it bothers me a lot because like restaurants can pay their employees like $2 an hour, and that's fucked up. Especially considering that, like, say you're a woman, like, as you're a server, like, what are you going to fucking put up with so that you get a tip because your rent depends on it? What are you going to let a table full of fucking douchebags say to you that you got to just brush off so you don't miss a car payment? Or fucking, God forbid, you're some black kid and one in every 10 tables you get is like low-key racist. You're going to have to pay your rent with the kindness of others in that circumstance. It's fucking bullshit. And like, I'm all for, tipping and hey, more, but you got to pay the fucking workers first and foremost. And stop putting it on us to pay their goddamned rent. Seriously.
The new K through 12 by making
Yeah, are we supposed to tip barbers? The fucking rules are so you don't tip the McDonald's cashier, but yeah, it's crazy. It's all dumb. It's all dumb. Tips is basically fucking begging. That's right, bloviated. I think it's time for a national conversation about it, because I don't know. I've been tipping a lot lately, and it's like from place to place. It seems like the rules are different. on how much more, like this guy drove this. It's all very, just pay your fucking workers. God.
Pre-K and 2 years of free college or technical
tip.
Training, part of basic public education. I will promote STEM.
And if you do that thing where you put $5 bills on the table and take one away, you should be in a cage. You should be as far away from society in a cage.
Education, technical training, coding, certificate programs, and apprenticeships to close the jobs skills gap. We also need to support the arts and artists. And most of...
Is that what he thinks is popping?
All are teachers who shape our children's futures.
What is this bullshit? Tens, ones, tenths, hundredths. Oh, decimal. Okay, I see. Okay. All right. That's still the same.
Studies show that every tier of education provides higher salaries and increased opportunities. But what good is that increased salary if you are being crushed by a mountain of student loan debt for decades? I know how loans are financed. Politicians that tell you they are going to forgive all the student debt never ran a business. That is just fairy tale economics. If we had that much money to...
He keeps saying fairy tale economics. What are we... Do people think fights are easy? Is that what's going on? Is everyone working under the assumption that this is all going to be easy? That we're all going to go to brunch on November 4th? And just kick back and let the president do his thing? It doesn't work like that. These things are only fairy tales if we let them be. We are capable of good things. I don't want to be we can send a guy to the moon, but we sent a guy to the fucking moon. Okay? You telling me we can't give everyone insulin that needs it for free?
To invest in public education, wouldn't we use some of it for early childhood, some of it for pre-K, some of it to pay our teachers the wages they deserve, and yes, some of it to provide targeted student debt relief? That's my plan. How do we pay for it? By a 1.5% surtax on high incomes over $500,000 annually. And I'll roll back the Trump tax cuts on high earners as well.
Targeted.
That's a real solution. In addition, for student loans, I will allow borrowers to use a pay-as-you-earn plan. I will reduce interest rates on federal student loans. I support allowing borrowers with high-interest private loans to refinance to low-interest federal loans.
He's talking to the...
that would be eligible for income-based repayment programs. I will increase funding for Pell Grants, and I would allow borrowers to discharge student loan debt in bankruptcy.
Wouldn't it be just so much easier to condense all of this and just get rid of it, all of it, get rid of all of it, every fucking bit of it? Most of us, I was preyed upon. I should not have gone to college. I should not have gone to college at all right away when I was 18. Are you kidding me? I thought I was in college on a scholarship, but it turns out that it wasn't. It turns out that grants and scholarships are not the same thing. You got to pay those fucking back. Still doing that. All I've been doing for the past however many years has just been paying the goddamned interest off. I have not put a dent in my student loan debt. It's just interest every month that I'm paying. It's going to be there forever. And that's the case with mine. Isn't even that. I'm like 13 grand in the hole still. And that's been the case since I left college. It's just stagnant. It's probably going to be that forever unless we eliminate all of it, and only one candidate has promised to eliminate all student loan debt. Did he pop into your head?
America needs its kids to go to college, to get technical training, to
I didn't say his name, but he popped into your head, didn't he?
get apprenticeships. And it's not just for them to get jobs, it's for them to create jobs. We have an obligation not only to them, but to our country to give them the education and training they deserve, and to make it fair and affordable. So I don't think what the American people need is more gridlock, more partisanship, or more ideology. You know what I think they need?
Does Andrew Yang want to get rid of all student loan debt? I appreciate what Andrew Yang's doing. Like, he doesn't? Oh, okay, then no. Nope!
They need solutions. They need us to get real things done that matter in their lives.
Here we go.
Now I'd like to talk about something that is stunning that is still not fully accomplished today. Equal rights. Equal rights for everyone. I think if you asked any person, is everyone an equal citizen in our country? Would anyone say, well, that person is less equal than me? No. Then why are we not practicing what we preach? America needs to protect and support every one of our citizens equally. April and I have 4 daughters. She has been involved with numerous women's organizations fighting for the rights of women and young girls. As president, I will support the Paycheck Fairness Act, which would ensure equal pay for equal work by protecting workers, allowing federal enforcement, and removing loopholes employers use to justify discrimination. Everyone deserves a workplace free of sexual harassment and gender discrimination. I support strong whistleblower protections. My living wage plan provides paid family leave and guarantees health care for pregnancy and maternal care. We need to protect Roe v. Wade as law. I want the Hyde Amendment repealed and pledge to protect federal funding for Planned Parenthood. And we need to ratify the Equal Rights Amendment.
Hey man, here's the thing. If you're gonna protect Roe versus Wade and run on that, you're not gonna win their votes with that. There's so much of this country votes on one thing, and it's who's gonna stop the baby killers. And you're not gonna change their mind with your bullshit, better care, targeted debt relief, whatever. Just be a Republican here, dude. Just say you're gonna get rid of abortion. You might as well. We know you don't stand for anything. Okay.
We have made tremendous progress in recent years, but the fight for full civil rights for all LGBTQ Americans isn't over. While in Congress, I was proud to be a member of the LGBTQ Equality Caucus and received a 100% score from the Human Rights Campaign for each of my 3 congressional terms. As president, I will support the Equality Act to guarantee equal civil rights. It prohibits discrimination in employment, housing, credit, and public accommodations.
He's saying the opposite.
I will ensure that the Title IX ban on sex discrimination in education also protects LGBTQ students. I will ban conversion therapy and protect the LGBTQ community from violence and sexual harassment. I support the Voting Rights Advancement Act, and I will also allow transgender individuals to proudly serve in the military. Our country should be grateful and honored for every person who wishes to serve. Equal means equal, right? Well, that unfortunately is not equal, right? And honored for every person who wishes to serve.
That was at like a children's hospital or something. That tank was shooting.
Equal means equal, right? Well, that unfortunately is not what African Americans and other minorities have lived. As president, I would do everything I can to reform the criminal justice system. Everyone thinks this needs to be corrected.
Future alpha male, 16 months.
But we need to stop thinking and start doing. As president, I will increase funds to low-income schools through increases to Title I funding. I don't just say I support investing in minority communities and businesses in distressed areas, as many politicians claim. I have done it my whole career. The need for support is urgent. 16.9% of African American households don't have a bank account. I propose legislation to create nonprofit banks in distressed communities. We need to ensure minority entrepreneurs have access to capital. I want to restore anti-discrimination regulations in financial services. As president, I will invest infrastructure funding in minority communities. And I'll create federal grant programs to fund startup incubators and institute a tax credit to promote investments in minority-owned businesses.
Or just give them your fucking money.
John's a progressive businessman. In building his companies, he always insisted on the highest of ethical standards. He treated people with respect, created jobs with good pay and benefits, and always was giving back to the community. The Obama administration awarded John's company the Bank Enterprise Award for investing in communities that so many banks underserve and ignore. That's classic John, always doing more.
My grandparents were immigrants. In 1923, my grandfather came to this country from England. Back then, what they used to do was something called a 6-second physical. So my grandfather's 7 brothers and sisters and their mother passed, but my granddad gets detained. They separate him from his family and send him to be deported because he had one arm. He was playing with a bombshell that hadn't exploded from World War I. Back then, America didn't let people they considered disabled and unable to work into our country. Sound familiar? So they appealed his immigration denial. His appeal was held in the Great Hall of Ellis Island, and my grandfather was in the back of the room watching, sick with anxiety and fear, as the appeals judge walked in. And the judge had one arm. My granddad said that was the moment he knew he was going to be an American.
Oh my God. Oh my God. What fucking chicken soup for the soul book is it out of? What does it have to do?
He worked at a pencil factory his whole life to provide his family a shot at the American dream.
And pencils.
That was a moment of shared humanity between a family that wanted to be Americans and an immigration judge that treated them with dignity and compassion.
And to have a lot of pencils. Yeah, just like Eraserhead.
That judge changed my family forever.
Is this it? Did we figure it out? Is John Delaney the baby from Eraserhead? Someone, just see what the timeline here is. Ah, okay, nah. He was a teenager when that movie came out. Okay. If someone could take this and place it, hold on. Hang on. Just there we go. Oh man, Wow. Man, that's so funny. Holy shit. Oh, man. Oh, someone get a good screenshot of me laughing at this, please. I want to frame it. All of it. Okay.
A lot of time is spent by our current president implying that we can't afford any more immigrants in our country. Well, that's just not true. The Congressional Budget Office has said that comprehensive immigration reform actually raises $200 billion for the government.
He's got the whiniest fucking voice. Actually, the government says...
reduces our deficit.
He sounds like he's tattling.
It boosts GDP. It improves the solvency of Social Security, improves our national security, and enriches our society. Independent analysts have shown that immigration serves as a stimulus to the U.S. economy. Immigrants are twice as likely to start a business. Immigrant-run businesses employ about 1 in 10 American workers in the private sector. Immigrants who are documented then pay taxes that support programs like Social Security.
That's the game. They get you to work, and that makes them money. Keep chasing that carrot. Keep chasing that carrot, everyone.
Security and Medicare. As president, I would negotiate a comprehensive immigration reform that includes a clear path to citizenship for undocumented immigrants and dreamers, investing in border security, including high-tech solutions, fencing, security personnel, and improvements to ports of entry, reforming the visa programs for guest workers, and increasing the refugee cap for resettlement in the United States. President Kennedy said it well in Baltimore, Maryland, in 1958.
Get this guy a
He said we shouldn't seek the Democratic answer or the Republican answer. We should seek the right answer. That's the kind of president we need.
There's 12 people in the audience.
One of the most critical issues facing our planet that affects all of us is climate change.
Yes. We should half-ass it, in my opinion. We should just scrape by, see where we're at in 40 years, and that if it gets too hot, then we really buckle down and attack climate change.
I am proposing a $4 trillion climate plan that is full of new ideas and innovative solutions. And I would also rejoin the Paris Climate Agreement on day one of my presidency, limiting global warming to 1.5.
Why did he start yelling? Did anyone hear that? Holy shit, that was funny. Oh my god. Whew. Oh shit, I gotta hear that again. He just starts yelling.
One of the most critical issues facing our planet that affects all of us is climate change. I am proposing a $4 trillion climate plan that is full of new ideas and innovative solutions. And I would also rejoin the Paris Climate Agreement on day one of my presidency. Limiting global warming to 1.5 degrees Celsius will require achieving net zero emissions by 2050. As president, my plan will put us on the right track to reduce emissions in time to avoid the worst consequences of global warming. The largest component of my climate plan is my carbon fee and dividend proposal. The carbon fee's revenue is returned to the American people as a dividend. My plan's carbon fee will reduce carbon emissions.
Look at that windmill in the middle is broke. You see that? Is that what you want? Broken windmills? Coal.
By 90% by 2050. We have to massively invest in negative emissions technology, such as carbon capture.
Oh, speaking of coal, if there's not only should we be creating as many jobs as possible, but it is with the utmost urgency that we preserve the worst jobs. Like if there's a job where most of the people who do that job If their lungs turn black, we got to keep those. It's crucial. We already got rid of milkmen and the guys who set up bowling pins after you knock them over. And look where we are now, huh? See what happens when you take a step back and re-examine whether a job is necessary or not?
Capture machines to remove the remaining 10%.
My daddy set up bowling pins, and his dad before him set up bowling pins. This new generation is entitled. They're just entitled. They think everything belongs to them, and they're entitled to everything. But also, I should be allowed to have coal jobs for the rest of my life.
Politicians telling you they will immediately eliminate all fossil fuels at once are making impossible promises. It cannot be done at once, and it needs to be eliminated over time. I propose a 5-fold increase in Department of Energy green energy research programs. I will bolster renewable energy tax credits and create a new challenge grant program for significant innovations.
John grew up the son of a union electrician. Hard work, decent pay, health care, a pension. He understands what that means for a working family. He
looks just like Doug Stanhope. Let me see. Was John Delaney, unions. John Delaney is supportive of trade unions and touts his own blue-collar background, union work, blah, 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 blah. Okay, I guess he's pro-union. All right.
It's a union scholarship that helped John afford college. In building 2 businesses from scratch, John succeeded by working with others, like his dad did on a job site. He builds teams, he's creative, and he's a problem solver. And he's always motivated by a set of progressive and ethical values.
If immigrants are the foundation of America, farmers are the heart, which is why we call our vast agricultural regions the heartland. Farming is personal in our family. My wife, April, is a farmer's daughter. She grew up on her family's potato farm in Idaho. Her family knows firsthand the seriousness of trade deals, economic growth, infrastructure, rural health, and climate change. I have a plan to protect farmers, communities, and the agricultural industry called
Really Big Corn Husks. That might protect them.
The Heartland Fair Deal. In my plan, I would provide student loan forgiveness for people who live and work in these communities for up to 10 years. Give priority in government contracting to businesses with a majority of their employees in rural and distressed areas. Fix Opportunity Zone legislation to focus on operating businesses. Create a new workers' tax credit. Incentivize companies to build negative emissions technologies in rural and coal counties. And create new loan programs to encourage entrepreneurship in rural America. U.S. agriculture feeds...
This guy he just wants jobs. That's all this guy knows. Jobs. Work, work, work. Work harder. Let's all work harder. We need more jobs.
Feeds our country and much of the world. We have to...
I'm starting to sound like Doug Stanhope.
End the trade wars and expand markets for U.S. agriculture.
It's really pretty simple. If you think of it like a business, you should sell what people want to buy. What the American people want to buy right now is someone to try to bring them together and get us to a different place. And the thing is, it can change quickly. It can change in one election.
When President Obama proposed the Trans-Pacific Partnership, some in our party attacked him, embracing isolationist, Trumpian economics. I'm proud to say that I'm one of the very few Democrats that stood with President Obama on trade. Since we've abandoned TPP and started a trade war, bankruptcies in farm country have skyrocketed, and rural economies have been damaged.
See, I'm too dumb to understand trade. But my understanding is that's no good.
But it's not just about economics, it's also about geopolitics. If we had joined the TPP, we would have been at the head of the table of a 12-country economic bloc that would set the trade rules for 40%.
Wow, that's pretty.
Of the global economy. Instead of doing that, we ceded the region to Chinese economic dominance. The truth is that rules-based trade is good for the United States of America. I like to say we have to think globally, but we have to invest locally because it's the right thing to do. Infrastructure is a critical problem in America. Our roads and bridges are crumbling. Rural areas still do not have connectivity. This affects every American in some way. And we have bipartisan support to
Thick Flare, 19 months. Welcome back.
fix this, yet it just never seems to get done. The American Society of Civil Engineers gave us a D+ average on their infrastructure report card. This is a dangerous crisis that needs to be dealt with now. Not only is infrastructure funding necessary to improve the system, investing in rebuilding crumbling infrastructure is a job creator and will boost the economy. Infrastructure has the second highest return on investment.
Back at the jobs. This guy loves jobs, and he will not be happy until all of us have one. Jobs.
For the government. I have a $2 trillion plan that will stimulate economic growth and innovation by creating jobs to repair and update our nation's deteriorating infrastructure. And my plan is fully paid for by raising the corporate tax rate to 27% and increasing the federal gas tax to account for inflation. I propose creating 5 funds that match state and local investments 4-to-1 in specific categories, including deferred maintenance, such as our rail system that has repair backlogs over 100 years old. Distressed areas need to be prioritized. Rural broadband, nearly 40% of rural communities lack reliable internet. Water, to ensure a crisis like Flint, Michigan never happens again. And my school matching fund, which will build and upgrade schools. The cost of doing nothing is not nothing.
Dude, you just pitched us doing nothing. Your healthcare plan is what we tried. We may, I don't know how much it's been repealed or what, but I'm pretty sure you pitched us the Affordable Care Act again. Also,
my friends, together we are on a mission to find the America that has been lost. Lost through inaction, lost through incivility, lost through a president who lacks a moral compass. We're better than this.
Are we? Because I think we are exactly what it looks like.
One of us are better than this. I don't want to just be your president. I want to do the job.
Donald Trump wasn't an accident. He was an inevitability.
God bless the United States of America, and let's win in 2020. God bless you all. Thank you for having me. Folks, I believe you have a very clear choice. You can go down the road that some candidates want to take you, which is about divisive politics, bad policy proposals like Medicare for all.
Here's what those divisive politics divide us from. Nazis. That's divisiveness that is necessary. You have to be, not everyone's going to like you. There's some terrible, terrible people in this world, and it's time we stop giving them a fucking representation.
Or free everything and turn off independent voters and re-elect Trump. Or you can nominate someone like me, who will unify the country, bring universal health care for every American with choice, increase the...
With choice. Choice. That's what's important. Choice. I love having to choose plans. Don't you guys? Do you? Deductibles. Those are great. And what's the other ones? I don't even know. I hate it so much, and we gotta stop all of it. Get rid of all of it. All of private insurance, co-pays. Yeah, premiums. I have no fucking idea what a premium is. I've only had health insurance for 2 years, but no, not even that long. About a year and a half. Yeah, about 2 years. I don't know, but I'm still very new to it, and I still have no idea what it is. I just finally got a handle on what deductible means. It's insane. What are we paying for? I don't know. I'll be the first to admit I don't understand how anything works. I don't know the intricacies of our healthcare system, but I know I fucking hate it a lot. I hate the fact that my insurance company will not let me see my psychiatrist and therapist in the same day. So I gotta make 2 trips across town on 2 back-to-back days. Same building. I could just go see one and then hop on and over and see the other. No, I gotta make 2 fucking trips across town. Insanity. Get rid of all of it. My horror stories are nothing compared to my biggest complaint ever is still back when back earlier this year I got a cavity filled. Chiliad 999. Back earlier this year I got a cavity filled, and I was rubbing my head afterwards. My head hurt, and the nurse or the assistant goes, "Oh, do you want a Tylenol?" And I was like, "Yeah." So she goes and gets me a Tylenol. $15 on the bill. I thought she meant like out of her purse or something. You know, because people have Tylenol in their purse. And I don't even think it's $15 a bottle for Tylenol. So yeah, that pushed me into a realm of radicalization I didn't know I was capable of. And here we are. I'm going to get my $15 back one way or another for that fucking Tylenol. And you know, my stories are I thankfully I don't have horrible health care stories. Count my lucky stars, but I read them. I get DM'd them all the time of people who are like, "Man, I want to go to therapy, but this bullshit with out of network doctors and deduct it's ridiculous. Get rid of all of it. All of it. All of it." And if your major concern with it is, well, I don't want to pay in to a system that goes to give someone else help. Like, what do you think insurance is? I'm dumb, but even I know that that's what insurance is. It's like a pool that we all pay into. Wouldn't you rather cut out the middleman and just all draw from the same well here and not have to go shopping anytime you need a new kidney? God, it's so easy. We just get rid of it all. Just get rid of it all. And the only way we're going to be able to do that is through a ground game. It's going to take some serious ground game. You got to activate voters. Got to become mobilized. Ground up. Grassroots movement isn't called that on accident. It's very deliberate. Grassroots movement starts from the ground. and it's happening as we speak. I saw it when I went to the Bernie rally. I could just feel that there were going to be some doors knocked on the next day and some phone calls being made from a phone bank. I know a phone bank isn't a physical place, so spare me your corrections letters. Well, we've still got 23 minutes.
A safety net for the most vulnerable, and use my skills as the only person running that's actually created thousands of jobs in business and served in Congress to grow the economy for every American in an environmentally responsible way and actually win the White House in 2020. Most candidates...
You're not going to win, dude. Even if you get the nomination, you're going to lose by a lot. No one's going to vote for you. No one.
Are running on impossible promises. We don't need more of that, and we don't have time for it. I'm running on what we need to get America working again.
That was his last line. We need to be working again. So tired of working. I'm so tired of people having to work. It's God, my 20s were stolen from me. The more I learn to really appreciate and love my own life, it occurs to me that the fucking Walton family and Jeff Bezos, they've just stolen so much time from me that I'll never get back, and they compensated me nothing. They didn't pay me anything. What do I got? Lower back problems? A disdain for... I don't know. I'm tired of it, and... See, this is why... I don't care for when Bernie says that no one who works 40 hours a week should go hungry. You shouldn't go hungry if you don't want to work at all. I'll subsidize your laziness. Sure. That's your prerogative, dude. You only get one life, and I completely fucking understand if you don't want to spend it working. I totally understand it. There are a lot of people out there who draw dignity from their work, and I think it's been proven time and time again that, like, if people don't have to work, they still will. Because they want to, like, I don't know. I read a book a long time ago. I need to reread it. It's called Why Work. It is a collection of essays from spanning since like the late 1800s. And it makes some pretty interesting cases for just why this is all unnecessary. And there's one essay on time and how inventing like when we started keeping track of time, how that was sort of our downfall. One of the worst things we ever did. Kind of an interesting case it makes that we should have never figured out time. Because so much of the just unnecessary work is rooted in that. You gotta be at work at 9. You leave at 5. Even though it takes you 2 hours to do your work for that day, maybe. You gotta be there. I don't know. It's a very interesting book. I highly recommend reading it. Why Work? I think I'm gonna give it a reread. What else? Paid rent today. That was not fun at all. Most of my income as is the case with most people, I assume. We gotta do something about that. I don't know what the solution there is. I'm of the opinion that I don't like private property because, this is my world too. Who the fuck? You were there first? Anytime I ask, like, who owns that building? Like, oh, the bank owns it. The bank owns that land. Well, who the fuck said the bank gets to own that land? I wasn't around when we took a vote on who that land belongs to. And if I were to guess, if I were to guess, people from the bank were the ones who voted on that one. So, how about you not charge me all this goddamn money for rent? I don't know. I haven't done this in a very long time, and it shows, huh? Yeah, I need to get I'm gonna hang a Mao portrait in my living room and call in a gas leak or something. Like, oh yeah, just some guy I've been looking into. Thought he had a cool haircut. Just about to get to his chapter on landlords. See how that goes. I don't know. CSSJ Baby Luigi, 5 months. Welcome back. Well, what else? We got like 17 minutes before I feel like I'm out of things to say. I don't think I've gone off in a very long time. I feel like the last few streams I did, I had guests, right? I don't know. As the 2020 is going to be a very insufferable and long year, so I will definitely be more adamant about doing this. I want to be more organized with it and not just pop off at the lip for 2 hours. Maybe have segments. Might do a call-in show. We'll see. I feel like 2020 is going to be... It's going to require a lot of nuance. And I feel I'm in a position to provide some of it. I think I'm able to do that. I don't know what... I don't know. This all feels very... Duncan Trussell's podcast. What's the podcast called? Is that what it's about? If there's any way I could do call-in, but like put the show on a delay so I could dump any calls that would make me need to delete the VOD or something. I don't want to do that. What can we do? I don't know what the meaning of life is, Dieter. Maybe I'll listen to that podcast. Been trying to figure that out lately. I don't know. All I know is for most of my life, I wanted attention, and I got it. Now I don't really want it, but I have it, so I'm gonna fucking use it. You'll catch me tweet decking. This is all... this is all good. This is all good. I could not run for president. Thank you, bloodworms. I could never run for president. Probably too many. Gotta be at least one. Gotta be at least one piece of evidence that would bring me down. Gotta be one. For prez. You can't. You gotta be pretty clean to run for prez. And I used to drink a lot, and I used to do a lot of karaoke, and I like Dr. Dre. Let's see. What should we do? We could watch this John Delaney video again. Vision. Let's talk about his vision. Does anyone remember? I certainly don't. Obamacare. That was one. I don't know. I've already forgotten everything he said. Game show. That's what I wanted to do. I wanted to do a game show. Need to figure out what that game show is. $12 minutes. Someone give me a topic to riff on. Anything. I can go off on anything. Kissing? Okay. Kissing. What's all that about, huh? We're going to show affection to one another by mashing our wet face holes into each other? Give me a break. Might as well clasp hands. Oh, we do that too? Well, we're fucking weird. No, kissing's cool. Kissing booths, though. I don't know. You ever been walking along and you see like kissing booth, 50 cents? You get what you pay for. That's all I'll say. Why am I chain smoking on the stream tonight? I don't normally do this. This is weird. Do not smoke. This is a disgusting habit. Yeah, I'm supposed to smoke in this apartment. I don't. This is the first time I have. No worries. It's not going to smell like smoke here. Yeah, smoking's terrible. That John Delaney video, I don't know. Couldn't handle it. I had a Juul for a while, and that did not, that didn't do it for me. Yeah, smoking's bad. Shouldn't have started again. But you go to Kentucky for a week, and they're $4 a pack. You're kind of fiscally irresponsible to not start smoking again, in my opinion. I'll I'll quit. I'll quit someday. Yeah, no worries, Zeke. Windows are open. Looking forward to seeing you this weekend. It is my birthday this Saturday. I will turn 31 years old and be done with the first year of my 30s. Wow. That's a lot. Thank you all. Let's see, we've got 8 minutes. Go ahead, give me something else to really rip into. Something that will take less than 8 minutes. Birthdays. Okay. I think you should be able to pick your own birthday for a multitude of reasons. One being that if you're a kid and you have a birthday in December like I did, you don't get to have pool parties ever. You never get to have a pool party. It's cold as fuck. And that's not fair. So, in my opinion, I think once you're able to do so, you should be able to pick one day of the year that is your own special day. And if I were to pick one, mine would be the first day of spring, probably. Not December 7th. That was Pearl Harbor Day. And I don't like being reminded of that every time. How many people are born on September 11th who would love nothing more than to hop on down to April? Probably a lot. I will be voting for whichever presidential candidate says that we get to pick our own birthdays and name. I think it should be much easier to change your name if you want to. It should be like updating it on a website, and it should say, "Hey, this is for real, and you ain't gonna be able to change this for 6 months." You're like, yeah, whatever. I want to be Jason for the next 6 months, and then I'm Jason. What else? I think you should be able to. I think we should all add 1 inch to our height if we want to. I think that should be allowed. Let's see what's in the news. Let me do a quick. There we go. Let's see. Let's do a quick. All right. The return of the... These aren't headlines. Jimmy Carter back in the hospital, but already feeling better. Here's the thing about former presidents. May I? Everyone keeps saying, oh, Bernie Sanders is too old to be president. Here's the thing. Look at the past presidents. They have all lived well into their 90s in recent decades. George W. Bush lived in his 90s, or George H.W. Bush lived in his 90s. Reagan lived in his 90s. Jimmy Carter's 95. Presidents live to be so old. It's like magic. So we are in a position to preserve Bernie Sanders, in fact. By putting him in this office, we can keep him around for another 20 years. Isn't that exciting? Pickled Bernie. Thank you, cellular arrest. We can pickle Bernie by putting him in the White House. I am fully on board with making that my argument from now on. All right, 4 more minutes. U.S. vows 100% tariffs on French champagne cheese handbags over digital tax. Oh, not cheese handbags. Thought that said cheese handbags. Don't care. Second Amendment case may fizzle out at the Supreme Court. No. I don't like this. I don't like any of this. Man. World sucks, huh? We gotta do something about it. Looking at you, Iowa. We're all gonna be looking at you in a couple months. Just want to make sure you got your shit straight. 3 minutes. What can I do in 3 minutes? Cleanup. What does that mean? I had to re-register as a Democrat because that's some stupid fucking rule we have that even if you're a Republican and you go in and you change your mind, too bad you weren't registered on that team. What kind of horse shit is that? We gotta get rid of this whole electoral system completely. This is garbage. Garbage. Okay, I think we're about done here. Whatever states do that, we need to be more vocal about people making sure their shit is straight on the ballot, because they are going to try to steal this election in every turn. The Democrats are going to try to stop Bernie from getting the nomination, and then Donald Trump is going to do everything he can to ensure that enough people can't vote in the general. So, I don't know. We gotta mobilize. Get out there. Spread the word. Tell 5 people. To tell 5 people. To tell 5 people to vote for Bernie Sanders. Thank you all for watching. John Delaney can go fuck himself. Drop out, you weirdo. Good night.